Starting a new trend. Hashtag Mourinho out. Going to be putting it in every single one of these videos. At the beginning, maybe at the end. Doesn't matter the result now. He needs to go. And I don't know how long this review is going to take, but however long it takes, I'm going to talk about why. It's very simple. Just look at how Chelsea's playing. Just look at them. Not how they played at the end. At the end, it was desperation. They're down 2 goals. They decided, oh crap, things are going... No crap, things are going wrong. So the last part of the game, don't even count it, because that was just pure fear and desperation in their play, and Leicester got a little bit lackadaisical because they're like, yeah, we're up 2 goals, we're good, and kind of let Chelsea just run amok. So forgetting that last part, the rest of the game is an exact representation of this season so far. Every single game, it doesn't matter whether they won, it doesn't matter whether they lost. Every single game this season, this stuff has been going on, and Mourinho has still done nothing about it. And it's frustrating to watch. It's frustrating to watch every single game, same stupid mistakes. You still got one player doing all the running while everybody else stands and watches. The first goal, ball goes out wide. Aspilicueta steps to, is closing. Everybody else is standing and watching. Vardy's making a run in. Mara's shut. There it is. There's the goal. Because everybody else is standing and watching. Happened the whole first half. Happened for most of the second half until they went 2 goals down. At which point they're like, oh crap, we actually got to do stuff. And then they started running. Everybody was running. Everybody was moving hard. So the fact that hasn't changed proves Mourinho has no clue what he's doing. Because if he did, that would be cut out of the game immediately. As soon as he saw that, that would have been fixed. But it's been a constant issue the whole season, whether they're on offense, whether they're on defense. You've always got one guy doing all the running while everybody else stands and watches, and the other team just says, we'll take that, and does whatever they want. On offense, it's always the one guy on the ball doing the running, making the runs, has the ball. Maybe one other guy will make a run outside for him, but that's it. Everybody in the middle standing and watching, waiting for a cross. Guy's gonna cross it. Anytime. Oh, they crossed. Oh, crap, I wasn't ready. It happens every time. Every single time a cross goes in, Chelsea players are always second to it because they're on their heels. They're not ready to go, and that's basic. That is basic football. You learn that as a kid. You don't stand on your heels. You're on your toes. It's something I'm trying to teach little kids at camps that I help at. You know, like these little 5 and 6 year olds, you teach them to always be on the toes, be ready. And watching these professionals that are being paid possibly millions of dollars a month to play, watching them stand on their heels is the most frustrating thing, especially because it's my favorite club. And the fact that hasn't been fixed it proves that Mourinho is he's not a manager for this situation. Fine, I'll admit, if he has a club full of superstars, yes, he can do it. Any manager can freaking do it. I mean, that one season that Pellegrini came in to Man City, first season he got there, that team was built, full of superstars, built to win the league. Of course he's going to go on and win the league. Brendan Rodgers did it at Liverpool, and look at what happened after that. Look at what happens now. I mean, even Man City has dropped off from where they were because Pellegrini isn't really that great of a manager. It was all the players. Aguero was tearing it up. Company was tearing it up in defense. Torre was tearing it up in the midfield. Joe Hart was stopping everything. I mean, they didn't have a super manager. It wasn't anything like that. They just had a superstar team. Mourinho, his first season here, they didn't really have a superstar team. Look at what happened. They ended up in 3rd. He brought in some players, made it a superstar team. They won the league. Now the superstars have lost confidence. They need a good manager who knows how to get these players playing where they should. Mourinho can't do that. We've already seen that he can't do that. And that's the one thing that everybody keeps saying. Well, give him time. It's a different situation. Alex Ferguson even said, he's not used to losing. He's got to adapt. He's had 16 games to adapt. This has not been something that just happened out of nowhere and he's been trying to fix it the past couple. No, this has happened since the beginning of the season. They've been this poor team since the beginning of the season, and he's done nothing to fix it. Absolutely nothing. The players that were underperforming, he keeps playing them week after week. He finally just now decided to sit Fabregas and Costa a couple games ago. And I don't understand why he can't see what the problem is and why he can't get these players to do what they need to do. It's just a matter of watching the videos, watching the games, get them on. They're on tape. They're online. You can find them online. Obviously, you can watch these tapes. Do that. Show them what they're doing wrong. Show them how they're not working off the ball, how they're not moving together as a team, how they're all playing as individuals. Problem solved. But obviously that hasn't happened because they're still playing as individuals. They played against a team who is playing as a team this year. I mean, that before the game, it didn't matter who, it didn't matter who was on the team. The people at NBCSN, Robbie Earl, Robbie Musto, were looking at the teams, and it's just like, I'm looking at these teams and looking at this Chelsea side. I think that they have more talent. I think they're going to get the win today. It doesn't matter how much talent you have if they're not playing together. And nothing exemplifies that more than whenever Real Madrid and Barcelona, if you watch them when they're having a bad game, their superstars, Ronaldo, Messi, Suarez, Neymar, whoever they are playing singularly. They're playing for themselves. They're doing stuff by themselves. That's when they start losing. Whenever the Suarez, Neymar, and Messi, whenever they're playing together, whenever they're passing around and moving together, that's when they start winning. That's when they dominate teams. It's whenever they're not playing together, whenever they're playing separately. That's when they start to have struggle. Whenever they lose, whenever they tie, that's what happens. And same thing is happening to Chelsea this year. They're not playing as a team. They're playing individually. You got one player doing everything while people stand and watch. It's not going to get better. It's not. It's going to keep getting worse. And I just think there needs to be another manager who steps in and gets them working again. Because Mourinho's not doing it. I don't care what they say about the dressing room. I don't care if they say in the locker room everything's okay, everything's fine, everything's hunky-dory. It's obviously not. It's obviously not. If it was okay, you'd see that on the players' faces. You'd see them getting along together. You see them whenever they go to their manager, they, whatever. Whether it's a high five, whether it's a hug, they do. Hazard today, going off the field, snubs Mourinho. That says it all right there. That says that he has no control over the locker room, that all of these reports are bull crap. I don't care what the media says anymore. It's bullcrap. It really is. These players are not happy right now, and Abramovich needs to change it. He has to change it because this club cannot get relegated. That cannot happen. And I don't care what people say about Mourinho, that he's a great man. I don't care about any of that because he's not showing it right now. You can say anything you want about these players, about this manager. If they are not doing it, if they're not getting the job done, it doesn't matter. It does not matter at all. And that's what I've been saying for the past few weeks. And it's really frustrating to see everybody freaking out about this game in particular, when last week should have been the ending. That should have been the end-all be-all. Yeah, they played well, but they lost to Bournemouth 1-0 at home. That says it all. They lost to Bournemouth, who have been struggling. And yeah, they beat Man U this weekend, but it was not really Man U. It was youngster Man U. It was like their youth squad, and it was at Bournemouth. This was Chelsea at home with their full squad in, lost 1-0. That says it all. That should have been the ending game, and everybody's talking about this one like, oh, this is the problem game. No, this is not the problem game. We've already had 3 problem games this year. We lost to Bournemouth at home. We've lost to Southampton at home. We lost to Everton away. We tied 4. We tied Newcastle away. Those have been the problem games. We tied Newcastle struggling Newcastle, and we got lucky to tie. We got a couple. We had one brilliant goal, and then we had one that was a lucky goal that got us the tie in that game. We lost to Everton at Everton, and this was before Everton is. They had that little run of great games before, after they played us, and then they have struggled recently again. But this was like before their run had started. They were struggling at the beginning. They were getting some wins against lower teams, but they were not playing well. We went and we lost 3-1 at home. I mean, look at how many games we've lost at home. Was it 4 now? That says it all about Mourinho, who's only lost before this had only lost 1 game at home. Now this season he's lost 4. That says it all. But lost to Southampton and lost to Bournemouth. Southampton, who's been really struggling this year, and Bournemouth, who should be in relegation, except they got 3 points off of us that they should never have gotten. And people are talking about this game like it's such a big deal. This game is whatever. Leicester are playing great, Chelsea are not. Yeah, Leicester probably deserved to win. They work harder than Chelsea. They deserve to win this game. The way they played today, they deserve to win. Sorry, text message. The games before this, though, all of these games that they were losing, all of the games that they should never in a million years have lost. People keep texting me. I don't like it. But all these games that they should never have lost in a million years, to Bournemouth at home, to Southampton at home, to Newcastle, to Everton, games they never should have lost and they're losing. That's where you got to draw the line. They beat the teams that they should have beat. They should beat Aston Villa. They should beat Norwich. Arsenal, whatever suits your fancy. But these teams that they should have beaten, that should have been no problem, and they're losing, that's where the problem starts. It's not this game. This game is not the end-all, be-all. It's all the games that have happened before. And even then, like I've said in previous reviews, it's not the results on the field, it's what happens off the field. It's Mourinho storming off the field at halftime when they're losing. It's him not doing anything on the sideline to get his team motivated. Like, you hardly ever see him getting them going. You see him say a couple things, but it never affects them. What always affects them is what's happening on the pitch. They never listen to him. You can tell they're not listening to him. Because nothing he says ever gets them going. It's not like he yells at them and they're moving. No, he yells. If he yells, they may move a bit more. If he says something, they kind of acknowledge him. You hardly ever see, like Eddie Howe last week, where he's yelling at everybody to get back, and they're sprinting back. They're all moving, flying around the field. That's what we're missing. We're missing a manager who can do that, who can get them motivated, who can get them inspired, get them to go and play. That's number one problem right there. And I don't know what's going to happen to change it, but all I know is Mourinho will be gone before we get relegated. If that happens and Mourinho is still here, actually, if we're still in a relegation battle nearing like February and Mourinho is still here, I think that should be it. If we're... January is like the month where everything kind of happens. It's a really busy time of year. You have several games in 1 week. And so, especially if you look at coming up soon, we got Sunderland, who've been playing terribly. Got another team that's lower. Can't remember who it was now. But anyway, I think they said we have Sunderland next week. I'll have to check and make sure. But if that's who we're playing, that's a game that, if we don't win that one, in fact, I'm just gonna go ahead and say, if we tie or lose that one, Mourinho has to be gone. Like, it's a must. It's a must-win game. And if Abramovich does not sack him, if we do not win that game, I think it shows that he's got no balls at all. Like the fact, because Mourinho just keeps touting himself. He keeps coming out in every press conference. Oh, there's no danger of me being fired. Oh, I'm not gonna get sacked. I'm safe here. People love me here. We're gonna do okay here. I'm not gonna get sacked. I keep hearing him say that. Every time I say that, I want to run over there and just punch him in the face so many times because it pisses me off that he still has so much confidence in himself after everything we've seen this season. After everything he has not done, the fact that he still has enough confidence to say, I'm not going to be sacked. I'm too good to be sacked. That pisses me off, and that is why he needs to be gone. He is way too cocky right now. And this game just shows that he's not getting them working hard enough. And that's the main problem. Problem number one, not working hard enough. Let's fix it. Let's get a manager who's going to get them working hard and finish it. Because I'm sick of tuning in every week, week after week, watching my team play terribly. Because this manager that we have thinks he's all that and he's not. Because he's not doing enough. It's really frustrating. Absolutely frustrating. That's my spiel. So, hashtag Mourinho out. Comment it down below if you enjoy that. If you want to see Mourinho as much as I do, start it on Twitter, on Facebook, whatever. Just start hashtag Mourinho out because it's got to happen at some point. Leave a like and subscribe if you agree with what I'm saying. If you want to see Mourinho go on as just as much as I do. And if you want to see more Chelsea videos, I'll still be reviewing game after game, even though I really, at times, don't want to watch anymore. But anyway, that's my thoughts. So I'll see you at the next game. Peace out.